say something? Have they called me? Did they call me?
No, not yet.
I hope I've got enough Valium in my bag to see me through this ordeal, I'm telling you. I can't cope without them.
Oh, just relax. Sit down.
I put them in my luggage, in hand luggage. Maybe you should just leave, Jan. I don't like goodbyes. Just leave now, please.
When I'm ready.
The leaders of one of the political parties here of being in his position only 4 weeks after being pro-gay marriage initially has now slightly downgraded it, quite a lot downgraded it, to a point that we can get registered like a pair of dogs in the state of Queensland, unlike all the other states in Australia, like New South Wales and Victoria and Western Australia, who are quite up there in modern terms and have implemented this a long time ago and have no desire or intentions to repeal anything that has been implemented over the past years, which basically I think is so nice compared to Queensland, because it's just a basic human right. I think it's important, especially in places like Queensland, where there are, and I've done my research, there have been quite a lot of teenage suicides, as in America, where there are predominantly, not saying it's just down to religious sectors, but where there's a concentrated area of a religious background, it seems to be where this happens a lot. But I'm not saying that non-religious people aren't bigots either. And I'm not saying that all religious people are bigots, because I've met a few that aren't. But it seems to be happening in these concentrated areas a lot. And it's no wonder, because where you live in a state where people are still allowed, where they're still allowed to stand on a podium in a church and claim that all homosexuals are sinners, like they would have 40 years ago, so then it's no wonder that these kids grow up to think that they're freaks, and some people can't handle it. Not everybody has the willpower and the strength to be brave and confident and be who they are. So how does it feel being back in the land of mighty Blighty?
Colder than I thought.
Yeah, we were just approached by some rude, arrogant little shit as we walked in to show our passports, and I nearly got into an altercation with him, which wasn't very clever, but it was an arrogant pig, wasn't he?
Yeah, some shit.
It's like you go to
he said, who is he with?
the priest to come and visit you.
How's work been, Dad?
Shit, but this
Was it?
is on.
Is it really congested because of the
sister
Olympics?
Our house.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse.
Is it?
She hoovers before she comes in.
Hello.
Hello.
The Olympics is now, so there's all different
She's a bit
rules.
ill. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you happy for us to be back in England?
Yay! Very happy.
Go and do it again.
What? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my David Beckham.
We've brought the sum of us to England. Look. Yeah.
Do you want to go to Buckingham Palace?
No, thanks.
Do you want to? Because he doesn't want to go with me.
No, but I will if we all go.
Weird.
I'm glad I'm not jet lagged though, because I would have been really spaced out and tripping.
You don't feel jet lagged at all?
No, if I hadn't slept, I would have been. But I start tripping out if I'm jet lagged and I haven't slept. But no, because there's too many office politics where I work at the moment. It's like being in a playground.
Well, and also for someone who's trying to kind of integrate into Australian society, especially a gay man from Britain, being called a pommy cunt probably several times a day, it's probably not helping much.
No, you give them one chance. You say, if you continue to swear and scream, then I'm going to put the phone down, so I'm going to give you one more chance. But if then they continue to do it, then you put
How
the
many
phone
times a day do you get called a pommy cunt?
down. 6 on a bad
Times a day.
Yeah.
That can't be good for the old psyche.
Like the other day, I was just like really tired and like a bit quiet.
Yeah.
What's up with you? You in the mood?
I get that every day where I work, because I'm singing and stuff. I even got told off for singing the other day. I work in a little prison environment, small room with noisy machines going on. So I try and sing to the radio, like to help myself get through the day. My line manager told me off for singing.
This tree, my brother Tom and I stole from my mum on her, when was it? Well, over 20 odd years ago. More than that, probably. And it was planted back then, and as you can see, is absolutely fucking humongous and needs to be chopped down as it's a liability and could fall on the houses and kill people. But it's quite poignant, actually. It's a family tree.
Like a balloon, I'm floating over you. Like a balloon, you fly home soon.
Hold on. This is one of the parks we used to come to with the dogs, which is in Clerkenwell, very close to where we used to live and where I work. Seeing the people again, my friends and family, for both of us has been quite emotional and exciting at the same time. But it has made me, I'm still in my head thinking, oh God, okay, so I'll go back to Australia because of this grim weather and the fact that there's fuck all here for us anymore. Everything seems smaller, and I am wondering whether or not I'm going to still feel bad that I've left people I care about here. But the thing is that also you've got to take the dogs into consideration, because this is all they had, okay? In London, dogs do not bind very well, okay? You need to be somewhere a bit more rural, and we could never really have done that. I guess if we came back here, we would have to move slightly outskirts anyway. So, and you can see that people don't have the gumption or the motivation to do things other than go to a pub and get pissed or go for something nice to eat, which is lovely, but you can get that all year round. In the summer, you're supposed to be able to go and have fucking picnics in the park and do joyous things that don't cost you anything. But that just seems
Impossible.
yeah, it's not going to happen, I don't think. Today's supposed to be sunnier. But it's not going to happen while we're here for sure. But
I got very emotional when we drove over the bridge at Blackfriars and I saw St Paul's Cathedral.
yeah, you cried, didn't you?
Yeah, well, my chin went like this. And it was lovely. But it's hard here. And I love it, and I don't mind that it's raining all the time. But if I would have lived here, I would have been depressed. Rushing in trains already. A woman next to me today was like on the underground.
She was masticating next to you, wasn't she?
It's just horrible.
What do you mean, that you think that people have become more rude since you've been gone?
Well, I think we became accustomed to the rudeness.
Yeah. The dynamics of how I feel are changing constantly, so I still don't know yet. This break has kind of primarily been about me trying to realise what it is that I want. I would like to be able to talk to my friends about their religious upbringings, so we can have a contrast of opinions and beliefs.
Well, I was raised Catholic. My father's Catholic. My father's Italian, so he's Catholic. My mother is a Baha'i, which not a lot of people know about. Even though I wasn't raised Baha'i, I was raised Catholic because my father insisted on it when I was growing up. But a Baha'i is very gentle, actually. It's originated in Persia, I believe, if I'm getting this right, by a man called Baha'u'llah. And it basically encompasses all religions. So if you go to the temple in Winnetka, which is in Illinois, where I grew up, and there's also a temple in Israel, you'll see they have symbols on the ceiling of the temple of all the symbols of all the major religions in the world in the temple. And they believe in peace and prosperity amongst all religions. It's actually a really beautiful religion.
Define spiritual.
No, this is a difficult one, but
Why?
as I said earlier, I think that there are, but I think this is also to do with my bipolarised personality. I think that there are far too many coincidental happenings in life. That I believe in fate. I believe things happen for a reason. I know it's cliched and wanky sometimes when you think about it, but I do sometimes believe that that is the case. Life can be very freaky. Now I know that that's all in the brain half the time. I do believe that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's not to play safe. It's not about me sitting on the fence. It's about me literally believing. In a way, I'm going to be honest with you and brutal. I refuse to believe that people were put on this earth, and I believe we evolved from apes and cavemen. So don't get me wrong.
So who were we put on Earth by?
Well, by organisms, by the Big Bang theory. I believe in all that.
Okay.
You know, and then evolved from animals, from apes. I totally believe in that, but I refuse to believe. I also believe that there's a spiritual presence around us. Not that somebody presides over us, like a big white man with a big long beard.
What do you mean by spiritual then?
But I believe that there's far too many magical things that happen in this world.
But what do you
We're
mean
not
by
put
spiritual?
Here. But I believe that when you start to have these feelings where everything's slowly slotting into place, and you stop all the negative and bad things that used to consume you, although I'm still getting there, it's not happening overnight, but when those things slowly start to happen, something's happening to you physically as a person.
I would say with guilt about your own body.
What explain
Feeling kind of dirty with sex and stuff like that, yeah.
They would vilified it.
Yeah. The way I would have been taught sex education in school, I was taught sex education not in biology, I was taught it in religious class by Christian brothers. My sex education class was very much of sometimes late at night, boys, you'll feel things happening and just don't touch it. That's what my sex education was. Yeah, so it was quite weird.
We just
Yeah, no, I'm playing badminton again.
So what is it? So you go there the whole day and then do what? Just play the whole day?
Shut your pants.
Are you going to buy an outfit for the party?
Why not?
It's after all your girlfriend's party.
Is it? Oh.
Okay, so hold the dress up then in front of you.
Hold it up.
That's like the one I got
Stand
Sarah
up.
in.
Donuts.
Donuts.
Shoes and the jewellery.
Show me.
Lovely for your hair. You can have it curled.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh.
Give it 12.
10, 12. 12. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Look at him. Look at him.
Hey, look. I want to
I'm sticking the camera in everyone's face. Do put something in.
I
Yeah.
wonder how your voice will end up like. About the 3 months, that's how his voice will be.
Well, I was 14 when it completely broke. From what I remember.
I don't remember my age yet.
So it might be another
Yours
6
broke at the
months.
age of 9, didn't it? Why have you got cheesy pineapples? It's like Abigail's party.
It's just otherwise it'll go off.
Huh?
It's strange how making these films bring you closer to the people you miss, eh? Can't you just Skype?
No, Skype is not the same as really, because it's like, I can't explain it properly, but when I'm editing the rushes and making these little films, it kind of teleports me back to London and being with the people that I miss and friends and family that I miss. It's like watching them on the screen and putting it together is like I'm closer to them. It's more closer than me speaking to them on Skype or on the phone or something.
So it's a bit of a selfish acting.
No, it's not selfish. Why is it selfish?
I don't know.
It brings me closer. No, people don't understand. People don't understand. People don't understand because everyone says, "Oh, here's Dan making another little film. Oh, boring, boring, boring." Well, not that my film's boring, but I mean, there could be better technically and all over and all round. But you know, you need money for that and a budget. But you know, people are like, "Oh, what's he going to do with it? Oh, he just makes it and it sits on the shelf and it doesn't really go anywhere and he doesn't take it to any extreme." But it's my hobby. It's what keeps me alive and kicking. But you know, I've got no choice, have I? So this is what keeps me going.
With my camera.
What keeps you going?
Studying.
Yeah, exactly.
Studying.
You get embroiled into that and you love every minute of it, although I can't understand why. You must be the craziest fucking freak on earth, but but you know, you love doing it and it keeps you going, and it's, you know, what sort of person would I be without a hobby, without a project to work on? Oh, honey. Oh, what am I sitting in? Is that piss? Huh?
Probably. The sculptures are called Interaction.
Huh?
Well, only thing I remember here is that in the very beginning of our relationship, we usually come here with a can of lager to work things out. And then in later years, we tried to catch the sun here, but it used to be so busy. And parties, really. That's what I associate this with.
All I remember is being off my face in the summertime. So now, welcome to Soho Square, or Soho in general. This is Compton Street, where we used to hang out quite a lot. It's the gay area. But not just gay, it's for everybody. Everybody's welcome under one roof. It's got all sorts of people.
It's not Compton Street, it's Bateman Street.
Well, we're almost on Compton Street.
The name. Does it work on movement sensors?
I don't know. Time's pissing up it.
Hi.
How are you? People are forming even more cliquey groups at work. Everyone's got their little hierarchy in politics going on, and it's pissing me right off. And I don't think I can take it much longer.
But you're not getting involved in the politics, are you?
Huh?
You're not getting involved in the politics.
It's just depressing. I mean, at the end of the day, there's so much I could turn around and say.
Yeah, well, that's
Tell
an
them to
office
fuck
job.
off.
And that's what you get for an
Well,
office job. And having it
exactly.
2 days a week,
Well,
come
exactly. You didn't like working in an office, did you?
on. I had 5 days a week. 2 days a week isn't bad.
Well, yeah, I just said it's doable because it's 2 days a week. But I
So
would really
stop
rather
moaning.
No.
Look, even the dogs think you're mad.
Yeah, so all day at work today with a bloody migraine, then get these stupid little papers on the train and see, oh, Queensland government, they're taking away civil union rights after just implemented them after being stuck in a time warp for 10 years. So lovely state to live in, isn't it, for us? Well, I know we're supposed to be documenting our life in Australia to compare it to the one we had in England, but you can turn it off now because I'm cooking, alright?
Okay.
Stop showing me in a mood all the bloody time. That's what it's going to be, is me being grumpy Dan.
Well, that is what you are known for.
And babies! And babies! Have you fed them? Do you think it's still too cold?
It gets cold in the morning.
Huh? He doesn't like having his jacket on there, he just tries to pull it off. Are you cold, Holly? I think she really does like it under the covers.
Yes, she does, because she always puts it under the covers.
With all the
Oh,
icons
Tish
in the
has a
background.
screensaver of time
Didn't
and
they
quality.
go mental when they saw you?
Did they get excited?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they did.
What time did you arrive?
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because when I got there it was in the evening and Holly just went straight to my bed.
Wow.
No.
And it was really sweet because I was just like, oh man, alive, I miss her.
We all miss her. They're so she has ESP, Holly. Honestly, she will know exactly straight away your emotions, your feelings. If you're in a mood, she's like this.
Well, you were on Skype at this time, wasn't he? Just snoozing on the chair or something like that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's
So
chilled.
So
Chilled. She's anxious. We have to keep her on a lead now.
Oh, you do? Why?
Yeah.
I thought she was better.
No,
No.
it's got worse.
Does she like to go by the ocean? Does they go in the water and everything?
They love it, but she won't swim. She's just constantly on the defence, looking out for time, looking out for us, thinks she has to defend us. But
Wake up! You're all asleep. To feel yourself as a separate ego.
Just want to make a toast to say it's lovely having your brother and Johan back over here after nearly 2 years. So Danny and Johan.
It's called the Alpha Course.
what's that?
It's an introduction to Christianity for people that don't know about it.
Why do you want to be a Christian?
Sorry?
Do you want to be a Christian?
I've been exploring religion again because I was
Have
brought
you?
up in the Catholic faith.
Was you?
Yes,
I didn't know
was, Yes. The guy that raised my mum was actually a priest called Peter Father Clements.
Yeah.
And he raised my mum and her sister because my nan was his housekeeper.
Yeah.
So I was christened a Catholic.
Okay.
And then my mum got married to a Muslim.
Yeah.
So it all kind of got a little bit woo.
contrast.
Yeah, because I find a lot of people that come to the Alpha course are lost in this world, lost in London. They have no friends, or they've had a bad breakup, or they're heartbroken, or they just don't fit in anywhere. There's a lot of heartache that you get within the groups that come to Alpha.
Yeah.
And I like a bit of heartache. I'm good with people like that. I like it.
You was trained by a medium for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Yushu Reiki and Sikkim. Went to a Hare Krishna temple. Went to a Buddhist temple. Religion for me is more about finding the root of whether it be your soul or whatever. For me, it's just, do you know what? I won't be pigeonholed. Whether I be Christian, I be this, I be that, whatever. We're accumulation of fucking everything, and which we are going to evolve further to be more that way. So when it comes to the divide of race, or as in whether it be Buddha, whether it be Christ, whether it be whatever, it will become something else. Do you know what I mean? Because we can't do that anymore because our races.
I've been reading critical appraisals of the three major religions, specifically their scriptures. I'm a little bit pissed at the moment, but don't let that deter you. And they are critical appraisals of the scriptures, and specifically Christian and the Muslims.
Yeah.
And the critical analysis is the scriptures' relationship to the historical figures of Jesus and Muhammad.
Yeah.
And for me, the predominant aspect of faith for a Christian is that Christ is more than a man, that he caused miracles and was resurrected and went through onto eternal life.
Are you scared?
I'm getting an injection in there, and in 20 there. I don't worry about them, it's this one.
Do you miss being a nurse, Claire? No.
It's dead.
Yeah, I think it's all funny when he's numb. Now, Tush, if I did come back to the UK, because we've been discussing this all the time and debating this, could you create a job for me?
No.
Why? Why?
Because I need somebody less neurotic than you working.
No, I was totally
behind the
indispensable.
reception desk. Huh?
I was totally indispensable. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. But, well, okay.
No, shut up.
Okay, frown.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I've turned into a wrinkly old orangutan since I've been over there. Turned into a sun worshipper. So I can't keep up with the wrinkle decreasing, and I can't keep up with cleaning because it costs $200 for a clean in Australia, and they don't have any of these plans like they do here at 07, which is an amazing plan for £14 per month, where you get 2 cleans, 2 checkups, 20% off any treatment, and insurance.
How much is it?
Deeper. Thank you very much. So there's no job you can create should I want to come back to the UK?
It's called dental fluffer.
That's rude. Okay.
I'll take it too.
No
I feel
worries.
delicious now.
Delicious, absolutely.
We're going into Down House, where Charles Darwin lived many years ago in the 18th century, or 19th. And it's a lovely place.
Yeah. The gate where he come in on his horse and carriage. That's probably all we'll be able to film, I reckon. Do you?
Remember, it's British summertime.
Yeah. So
It's still wrong, is it?
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Now, Like Charles Darwin, I suffer very, very much from the occasional migraine. And I've just read upstairs that what he used to do back then was to have a very freezing cold shower to try and get rid of his ailments and his headaches. And that would often help with his symptoms temporarily, because obviously back then there was no such thing as Solpadeine, codeine or any other remedy like that to aid his headaches. So I do feel so sorry for the man, but apparently all artistic people suffer from migraines because all they do is ponder and think about things, especially if they're creative. So I'll just put it down to being creative. Thank you.
This is Charles Darwin's, was similar to how his potting shed was.
Yeah.
He used to take all different parts of plants and regrow them and see how they, and cross-match them and everything, so they could watch how things grow.
And look, this he would have used to plant all these beetles in.
Also, once more, one more thing which I thought very endearing is that Charles Darwin absolutely opposed slavery as well, and he hated it.
Because this is his kids.
Was it?
It says Children of Charles Darwin.
Yeah, there's one up there with two, so whether that was the first two. Sorry?
Well, maybe she was buried
Well, it
somewhere
might
else.
be round here, I don't know.
And it is after the death of his 10-year-old daughter,
Annie.
who got very ill and had fever, that he never came to this church again. He dropped his family off at the front door and walked back, and that's where he's became a atheist.
Well, apparently he didn't call himself an atheist, he called himself agnostic.
The book I've been reading throws doubt upon any objective understanding or acceptance of Christ being anything other than just human. He compares the texts in the scriptures, the New Testament. This applies to Muhammad too. He's analysed the Quran as well. And that there is nothing in Mark, who is the earliest gospel writer of the four, that suggests that Christ had any divine powers at all. And that Luke, Matthew and John, who wrote after Mark, embellished the story, influenced by pagan, Roman, etc. previous religious cultures.
So my mom gave in to my father and allowed me to be raised Catholic, so I had to do the whole communion, Sunday school kind of thing. But anyway, so I was raised Catholic. Well, because my mom didn't push the religion because she didn't go to church. And my father was a bit relaxed about it. I don't know. I guess we just grew up kind of being Catholic, but not being overly,
as stringent as
kind of. Yeah, so I didn't really grow up overly religious, to be honest. And then I met Abby's dad, and he's Jewish, so I converted to Judaism, which going from being a Catholic to a Jew, that was...
And religious people would call whatever they want to call spiritual, and the Buddhists would call whatever they come up with that they can't really explain spiritual. So what you're saying is, if you can't explain it, call it spiritual.
Maybe it is a bit pretentious. I'm prepared to admit that your theory is correct. If it's not there on concrete evidence, if it's not there, you can't prove it, why say that that's emphatically what you believe, okay?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I also believe maybe it is because I am a little bit frightened of the fact that when you're gone, maybe.
Yeah.
But I also believe as well that we're all just wandering around on this earth to work, to go through all the conventions of life.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah.
I kind of want to believe that there is another reason for that, and I'm not necessarily talking about reincarnation or that we go on to level 2 if we're a good person in this world, or level 0 if we're a bad person in this world. But I also believe that the human life is such a complex and beautiful thing. Are we just here to slog our bollocks off?
she's not impressed.
No, look at her.
Not impressed that your daddies have started smoking again. Film me.
No, we're not started smoking again. It's just when we have a drink, sometimes we allow ourselves.
I just want to say, for the record, so I've got this on concrete evidence, that since Johan's had a few glasses of these, he's actually admitted to me that he also misses London and the people in
Yeah,
London.
it's just to please you, nothing
Yeah,
else.
Making out it's just all me all the time and misses them.
It is just you.
Well, but we've also admitted there's nothing we can do about it. We've got to stay here and make the most of it, and I want to anyway, because we're not going to put these through quarantine again, because that was probably hell.
My arm is getting heavy now.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time then?
Byron Bay still studying.
Yeah.
Byron Bay still
How
studying.
can you still study and live in Byron Bay then? That's our 3-year goal when you finished studying. All that time.
I can't study all the time.
What, still get paid?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be in Byron Bay because that's the nicest place here so far, more organic and got a relaxed vibe. But I will, if I'm working full time, it'd have to be a business of our own because I'm not working for anyone else full time anymore. They're barking at little kids crawling on the ground because they think that they're dogs. Or open our own coffee shop.
Oh, Dan.
Or our own motel. Huh?
No.
Huh? In Byron Bay, that'd be good.
You're sitting where they've pissed earlier. Exactly there. The towel. Oh, he thinks he's a Hollywood star with his sunglasses on.
No, it's called a migraine.
Ah, bless. Such a Hollywood star.
You know I put these on when I've got a migraine because the light can be too
Listen,
bright.
have you fed the dogs yet?
No, I must start feeding them as well as making our coffee and doing the dinner and doing the dishes and things. Shall I do that as well? Shall
Yes,
I?
please,
Shall I
because
put a
I'm
brick
studying,
house?
I'm cleaning the complexes, 2 complexes.
Or
I do chicken,
when
then
I
you can
move,
give the
it's
food
like
dogs
my
as
brain
well.
is bashing
Yeah, I'm tired
on
of
each
your
side
migraines
like
now.
this, so I've just got to walk very slowly. And I don't want no rows or arguing, so
It's
stop.
just a pretentious
Stop.
Hollywood
Shut
star thing.
Huh?
Why don't you help me out a little bit more?
Huh?
Why don't you help me out a little bit more?
I have been helping you out a little bit more, and I resent the fact that you haven't even noticed that. But
No,
would
I
help
always
you out.
thank you.
I would
but-
help you out a little bit more if I wasn't bowed over with excruciating migraines every other day.
Dan,
these
that's
days
all in your
with climate
head.
change. Well, of course it's in my head. It's not up my fucking ass, is it? The headache is in your head.
It's always in your head.
No. Well, no. The bottom line
I wish
is
it was in your ass.
what? My brain. The bottom line is that I will help you out more when the. You see, what happens is when the climate changes here in this country, when it goes from the humidity and the pollen,
Look, even the
and
dog is
everything
yawning.
gives me excruciating headaches. So I have to go through that transitional period
Right.
every time the climate changes.
And I have to listen to it again.
Stop filming me now. We're supposed to be documenting both of our lives, not just mine. It's not the Dan Fry show.
I bet you wish it was Dan Fry's show with those sunglasses on.
There once was a time where I would have liked the limelight all by myself, but then I grew up to understand it takes a whole entourage of
You
people
do
to make
talk a
something
lot for a
interesting.
guy that has a bit of a headache.
Turn it off.
No, I like you moaning so much.
Well,
So maybe
I've got
when
nothing else to say.
Yeah, but maybe when you look back at it, then you can see how much you just talk.
My opinion is also that if you do believe in a superior being, it's very arrogant of you to believe that it is a big white Caucasian man with a white beard and
Yeah,
disregard
majorly. Yeah.
Hinduism, Krishna, Ganesh,
Majorly.
Allah, and any other god that may
Majorly, because you hear all these arguments, you know, like, oh, we're what is it, 6,000 6,000 years as civilized man. So what happened with everything before us? Do you know what I mean? And that's where I think religion has went really, really fucking wrong.
Yeah.
What they say is Christianity and what
Yeah.
is Christianity. The basic philosophy of religion should be that we should all love each other,
Yeah,
no matter
totally.
what.
Yeah.
So people that get it twisted along the way, and you'll find a lot of younger Christians don't have hang-ups about homosexuality.
I know, it's the younger ones.
They a lot of them believe in love before sex, not marriage before sex. It's you know, there's a younger generation of religious people, you know, growing up
Yeah.
that seem to have quite nice views about it all.
Yeah, there aren't many specimens on Earth that don't have their usage, that don't have something that they're
Yeah, but
equipped
usage
to
is
do.
different from a reason. A reason is kind of that it's planned.
That I would be more spiritually inclined is because I don't necessarily believe that I want that because I wish to go up to heaven or wish for somebody to be presiding over us and watching down on us and puppeteering us. I don't necessarily believe that. I would just like to believe that there is a force around us that perhaps can guide those that want to help themselves in the right direction, maybe.
Okay, so how often do I feed them then? Right, so you're gonna be gone for 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, we are.
So, is everything okay between you two?
Well, Johan doesn't think that it's normal to miss family and friends.
Oh, shut up.
So, I suggested this trip back to London just so that we can reconnect, see family and friends and see how we feel. You know, see if I am missing it as much as I thought I was.
Not England. You've been missing people, Dan. People.
I mean, it would be nice if we were on the same sound sheet, but quite clearly we're not. But at the very least you could do, Johan, is just support me with my plans to go back for a visit just to see if potentially it's what I want to do, to go back permanently. You know, I'm not asking for the world, just for that little bit of support.
So, what are you suggesting? You go back alone?
Well, I'm not going alone anyway. You're coming with me next week for a holiday.
Yeah, for a trip abroad, Dan. Not to potentially live there again.
No, I'm not saying that I definitely want to.
Look, just relax. Go to London, see your friends, see London from a different perspective, you know. Don't argue about it, guys.
Yeah, otherwise it will be a one-way ticket.
We've done a lot to come here, Dan. I'm not throwing in the towel now.
I know that. I don't want you to throw in the towel. But remember, you're the one with the bright future here. No offence, Coralie, I love you like one of my own, honestly, but I have my own family at home too, Jan, that I miss immensely, and it is proving a little bit difficult, okay? So I just need to go and I don't have to keep explaining this to you, alright? I go over and over and over. Come on, Coralie, let's show you how to use the extension lead for the dogs.
Johan. I'm going to say sorry to you.
Why are you saying sorry?
Well, for calling you peculiar. We haven't had one dispute since we've been here, and I wanted to keep it that way. You're not going to talk, even though I'm mature enough to apologise to you.
I don't want to talk about that.
Huh?
I don't want to talk about that.
Do you have an apology for me?
Not really.
Floating over you like a balloon.
Do you have anything to say?
Well, it's nice to get a bird's eye view of London.
Well, basically, what I was going to say is that this is a Catholic church, yeah? One of plenty. And I'm not allowed to teach at a Catholic school anywhere in the world, Australia, anywhere here, because I'm gay. Did you know that?
Everywhere in the world.
Yeah, even well, in Australia they go a step further where they say that if you know somebody that are gay and they're your friend, you are not allowed to teach them, even though you're not gay. But if you know a friend or have a friend that's gay,
gee, that's not very democratic, is it?
We make the arrangements, everybody fit around us. But then obviously...
Well, yeah, to a certain degree, except that I haven't exactly done much pre-planning, and so therefore it's understandable that there are some people who don't quite know their arse from their elbows, so that's really our fault. But then you do have people that can't meet up certain days, people that are working certain days, people that don't want to meet certain people that you have to think about. So it's really driving us a bit crazy at the moment.
I think you need to drink your calmers.
Maybe we need to go to
anxiety tablets or something, because obviously this is driving you mad, all this arrangements.
But then we can cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, so far I've got a different question. So far, are you enjoying your time here?
It's just fantastic. And I'm very excited today because I'm going to go and stuff my face with a buffet.
¿Qué es lo mejor para los perros? Hola, Holly Time.
Les presentamos a la nueva estrella del flamenco, la niña gitana Rita Bagione.
Yeah.
¡Ole, asa! ¡Ole!
Quiero un pis. Pero, Johan, quiero un pis. Por favor.
And I said, well, piss on the beach. So you go, I go, piss, Rita, piss. And you piss all on me. And then I drop you in the sand.
Ahora la cuento en español.
So I was as a Catholic, and in Spain we had this tradition when in Easter we take the Christ and the Madonnas, like statues of them, like outside in the streets, and with so many candles and like people singing flamenco from the windows, and you walk behind or in front of these monuments, and they're so heavy. They're so heavy. And
the Jesus statues.
So Jesus statues, yeah.
The
With so many things, and the Madonnas, and amazing clothes, and the people go like inside, carrying them. It's a huge sacrifice because, as I say, it's very heavy, but they have to do it. They have to do it in an artistic and beautiful way. And then suddenly, someone comes out from the balconies and starts singing flamenco, and it's all very beautiful.
And I went on to the Bima and I had to read from Torah. And I practiced for the 10 years of our marriage. We kept kosher, we kept 2 kitchens. I went to the mikvah, which is where the Jewish baths. So I had to bath myself. Abby was baptized when we adopted her. She was baptized.
Naming.
Yeah, so she had to be converted as well.
Very orthodox.
He's very
orthodox. He wears the black suit and the hat and he does the Shabbos and no electricity on Saturdays.
Is it Saturday?
Yeah. It was Shabbos.
Because basically, I hate people that use religion as you shouldn't be gay and you should be married and you shouldn't wear a short skirt and you shouldn't do this. That's absolute bullcock. God apparently is love and Jesus loves you. So if it's all about love, where is all the fucking hate coming from?
Boils down, it seems, that you'll not find any proof to strengthen your faith, although you could live by the contents of Scripture, but you'll find nothing in the Scriptures that will strengthen your faith in your understanding that Christ is divine. You believe it or you don't believe it. I have to say, my bias is to believe. And on that note, I should like to raise a cheer to the good Lord.
Okay.
No, it broke.
It won't break.
It will, dude.
I'm taking the strings off the floor.
if I could afford to live down here, one of these lovely muses in Holborn, which is one of my favourite areas of London, along with Hampstead Heath and Chelsea and other places a bit more prestigious. This I love. I would always love to live in a muse like this. This is a typical London muse in a trendy area. The thing is that if you have the money, you can actually live a nice life in London, and then you can always fly over from time to time to get your weather. It's so old in most places of London that you miss that after a while. The history, the architecture.
Yeah, but then you never really enjoyed it when you were here anyway.
Oh, shut up! I did enjoy it.
Didn't. Watch out the water.
I enjoyed it. It's just that it's a hard life unless you're making a lot of money, because you don't get paid well for menial jobs. You get shit money. You have a few £100 surplus at the end of the month after you've paid your mortgage or your rent, whatever it is you're doing. Doughty Muse. Doughty Muse is often used in a lot of Charles Dickens novels, and we might have time to film down the street where Charles Dickens.
Charles
Dickens. No, he's a great man.
That street
Doughty
there.
Street.
Yeah.
That's where Charles Dickens Museum is, and where Charles Dickens lived for many, many years.
Have you started packing yet?
What?
Have you started packing yet?
Just fucking said. No, I haven't started
Because
packing yet.
I'm not going to pack for you this time. I always pack for you, but this time I've decided
Well,
not to.
I don't need you to pack for me, because I've got my own stuff that I'm packing, and I don't want you to do it because you'll probably throw in loads of shit that I never wear anyway.
No, we're not going to pack a lot anyway because we bring more back. You're not packing a lot though. I haven't. If you are overweight, you're not putting it in my suitcase.
If I'm overweight,
yeah.
I'm not overweight, darling. I'm the one that eats properly and goes to the gym. Skinny, maybe, but not overweight. Do you know we've got about 8 hours to wait for the next flight to London? Or for our flight to London?
You're asking me whether I know. I say 10.
Is that the price we have to pay for a cheap flight to London? It's so hot outside when we got off the plane, but it's pissing down with rain now. Are we going on that big plane with the huge nozzle?
Ours is only coming in 7 hours.
Oh, there's not even like a decent place to get coffee around there. That iced latte tasted like shit. I watched 3 films on the plane, and then I took about 2 sleeping tablets, but they still didn't work because my legs are squashed up like this in a fetal position.
And then
you shouldn't sleep too much because you won't sleep on the flight. No, actually, you will sleep on the flight. You can sleep anywhere, can't you? But I can't sleep, so I'm wandering around here aimlessly, not knowing what to do. Are you going to sleep all the time? Yeah. Such a mood. Fucking mood. I'm not in a mood, I'm just tired. 7 hours we've been here, and we only got another hour to go at home.
that's what you get if you want to be frugal and look for the cheapest flights.
Stuck in Vietnam without so much of a decent part of the floor to sleep on. Honestly, this isn't travelling in business class or anything, is it? Dirty bastard. Now, I thought it was very important to film this alleyway in Farnborough, near where Mum lives, because it's always very prominent in my dreams. Ooh. So let's go and see why it's so important in my dreams. Oh, there's a bit of dust on the lens there. And maybe it'll be cathartic. Like,
The kids have got to go back and forth to school.
yeah, I used to walk through here all the time to go, oh no, over lunchtime back in the 80s, we used to rush through here, me and Sarah and Stephen, rush through here and go to Sarah's house over there, which is one of my old close friends, with a bag of chips, a Mars bar, a can of Coke, and sit and watch Neighbours with Kylie Minogue.
And a cigarette.
Yeah. I'm filming something very important here. This bit here is quite often where I would walk past whole gangs of people who I often tried to be like and want to hang around with for some sad fucking reason. I wanted to hang out with them all the time. And walking past here, being called a poof and all sorts of names was bizarre. So we should get this in, shouldn't we? Sit there, yeah?
Well, no, I'm not sitting there. It's probably this or something.
Sit there and heckle me as I walk past. So, there's Fanny Dry.
There's Fanny Dry, poofed.
So we stole the big massive shrub in Mum's garden from over here, and Johan has a theory that because Tommy and I stole it 25 years ago, we should pay for it to be cut down in Mum's garden.
We used to come and walk the dogs here. It's nice.
Get through.
I could piggyback you.
Told you to wear boots.
Magic mushroom.
Yeah, here. Just here.
See, if I was a child, when I come here to write my cassette radio plays in the middle of this field, if I knew that, I would have been more inspired. I learnt about him in school, Mr. Lubbock, but what was his first name? I forget. Charles Lubbock. Don't you mean Charlie Darwin? Sorry, tour guide. Explain us how it works again.
So those ones that just gone past there comes from St James's Palace, where we just walked past, where the Queen mothers lived, and now Charles and Camilla sometimes live there, and Katie and William, they'll sleep there if they visit Nan.
Oh yeah.
This church has been here for 700 years. Cheeky.
You have to give a donation to the Catholic Fund.
Yeah, I don't like giving money to Catholic churches.
No.
Because they will happily take my money, but condemn me when they find out that I'm
what we
gay.
are. Yeah, exactly.
Buckingham Palace!
Yeah.
Buckingham Palace.
What?
No, Nissan Sawyer as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's only because the window with the curtain blowing. I'm sure.
You just want to be at your party, don't you?
No.
Yeah, you're just excited about your party. Yeah.
Pardon?
You just want to be at your party, don't you? Party!
Tell me, how keen are you both to come to Australia then?
Very.
Yeah? Would you like to come now or later?
Now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you?
Mhm.
Yeah? What are you wearing tonight for your party?
You mean bunk bed?
Some. Did you take the top
clothes?
And you're walking around the processions for sometimes 2 days and not sleeping?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
That must be
Because
very
it's-
hard without substances.
No, because I use it sometimes. I will put my glasses back better. No, I use all sorts. Because more than like a religious thing, it's
Yeah.
also, I have a great fun.
Yeah.
And everybody knows we are famous up in Cordoba because the people doing the processions realized we are basically out of our faces. And, but we are harmless. They do it just in order. So when you're out of your face, ecstasy is something. And with the music, and the Madonna's crying, and the Christ, and it's even more like
Surreal.
surreal.
Yeah.
Totally surreal.
You say, why don't you like, why do you think homosexuals should be persecuted? And they say, because I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like them.
Yeah.
Do you accept that as a good reason? How can you persuade somebody?
Of course not, but my
who's not
idea of
using
saying,
reason?
because I like the idea of spirituality, is not affecting other people. It's not detrimental to
well.
other people, is it?
Do you know what? Jesus was cool. It will be my mate right now, isn't it? We'd be bussing around Soho with socks and sandals.
Easy peasy. That's what I'd say. So now here we are in Vietnam. We've decided to get our visa, or we had to. We had no bloody choice because we messed up with the flights. So we've had a taxi drive all the way through to Hanoi City, and it's fucking mental and freaky, and I haven't slept at all, and I'm really freaked out. Look at all the fucking motorbikes everywhere. Oh my word, it's busy.
Because we need to cross the roads.
Yeah.
We have to get over there, and I'm not quite sure how exactly that's going to happen.
That's what they have to do.
So it's that what is expected from us now.
Yeah, get ready. They're getting freaked out by the pelicans. Huh?
So you guys missing London yet?
No.
Yeah, people.
Here we go again.
No, I'm just going to leave it there, okay?
Well, I mean, all you need to do is plan yearly visits and make sure friends and family stay over here from time to time. Easy.
Well, it would be if I could work full-time and could afford that.
Oh, Dan, you wouldn't want to work full-time anyway. You told me that you enjoy this semi-retirement.
Yeah, but that was in my capacity as an administrator, which I hate. If I could work with animals or do something less grueling than that, then I would be fine. It's just that I'm not going to work 9 to 5 in some office, all the politics that go on in an office, doing that kind of bollocks again. Sorry, no way, I didn't come to Australia to do that again, no thanks. Recruitment, I hate it, I hate it.
Well, gotta go, guys. I'm meeting Cody in the park in 10 minutes, so...
Ooh!
Oh, shut up. Come on, doggies, let's go.
Are you on that computer again? Are you ever going to give it a rest, huh?
No, because I'm studying full time. Then I'm going back up
to where?
To study.
For fuck's sakes, honestly. Well, I'll just fucking wander around aimlessly bored.
What do you think you're doing?
No.
What do you think you're doing?
What do you look like I'm doing? I'm just going around the corner in the car. But I can't use the L plates, can I?
No, you can't use anything. You can't even use the car.
No, but you're studying all the bloody time, and I need to just go around the corner to the shops. No, it's not that bad.
Yeah, because if they catch you, you'll be sent back.
You can drive me then, because I'm not walking.
Yeah, I'll drive you.
Huh?
Why don't you just ask me?
Bored. Can you drive me now then?
Yes.
Are they in bed?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put my earplugs in again tonight because they both masticate during the night. I thought it used to be time, but now it's Holly as well, and they constantly do it.
Yeah, and so do you. You masticate as well. I know, I love it.
No, it wakes me up, and they do it incessantly. It's not just for a couple of minutes or so.
I was walking with a t-shirt today and it's winter. Can you do that in England? They even have to wear cardigans in the summer. So cold it is. So shut up and go back if you want to.
Listen to your voice. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, or 5:30 or 6 o'clock or something now. And I've been up pretty much all night, and I can't sleep. Not only just because of Johan's incessant snoring, but also because of the little altercation we had in the night, or after we put the dogs to bed and we went to sleep, because it's kind of got me thinking, and maybe I do need to kind of admit a few little home truths, which is perhaps I am being a little bit whingy, a little bit moany, and a little bit repetitive. Because it's not just for the record, because I want to say this while it's in my head, and so that perhaps you can see this and try and understand, but it's not because I don't want to be here, because I love it here, plus the weather, what more could you want? But that's not all there is to life, is there? So maybe I do need to, there's a few elements missing, and I don't know what it is, I need to put that together. And maybe I do need to kind of find that out for myself, because I wouldn't want you to leave all your studies here and what you've set up here. And I don't know how you're going to be able to cope with the rent for a couple of months, but I think I'm going to have to pay London another visit. I know it's only been recent that I've been there, but I think I'm going to have to pay it another visit, but this time for 2 to 3 months, to see whether there still is something there that I want. See whether there's something there that still wants me. I think the neighbours are up now. No, nothing is certain. I haven't made up my mind yet. Not for longer than that. I can't, because if I don't work here, I don't get paid. Okay, Mum, I've got to go now. I'll have to speak to you later. I'll just go to bed. Bye.
So you are going now?
Huh?
So you are going now then?
Going where?
Well, back to England. I've just said you say that to your mum.
No. I said nothing is certain yet, nothing's set in stone, but maybe for a couple of months or so, because I'm quite clearly pissing you off here while you're trying to study. That's not a good thing, is it? Because it's just distracting, isn't it? And I can't help my feelings, I can't help the way I feel, but at the moment I'm fluctuating, I'm going up and down, and really...
So have you actually sat and done the pros and cons of being here, being in England?
Well, I need to do those again, because we did the pros and cons and made a list before we actually moved out here, but now things have changed. The dynamics are constantly changing, because one minute I love it, the next minute I don't.
You know what, I don't think you'll ever be happy though.
Huh?
You've put down.
Well, you could have
When
come
I
up.
walked out.
Well, you could have come up and instead of starting an argument with me, you could have just said hello and then did your bit
I didn't
afterwards.
start an argument. I said, oh, so what is this all about?
Huh? Huh?
But you don't. Why do you want to know?
I've got something to tell you. After our conversation last night, which I couldn't explain myself because I couldn't get a word in edgeways, and we were both in a foul mood, so I'm not just blaming you, but I'm blaming myself too. Okay, but I'm looking at flights because I'm going just for a couple of months, 2 to 3 months the most.
I knew you were going there.
Huh?
I knew you were going. Get yourself a job. Get yourself a job before you go, and then I'll be happy to go. That is my main concern, is the fact that you want to go for 3 months and think that you're not going to work.
No, I haven't. I'm not going to need that much money. I'll be staying with friends, with parents, and I know how to be frugal with food. I'll just perhaps need a few. Yeah, I will. I will look into it. I'll find one of those hospitality jobs that I used to do when I was.
Yeah, but it needs to be secure before you go down, and then it's fine.
Huh? What needs to be secure?
A job.
Huh?
A job.
No, I'm not going to be able to do that before I go over there.
Yeah.
So
Start sending a CV out now to companies over there.
you needed to reconfirm, didn't you? So that's all I'm doing is just reconfirming and making me realise what I've got here. Because you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
It will be good. Just go.
What, no tears or tantrums?
No.
What?
Nothing.
Well, talk to me. We've got to talk about it.
No, it's a decision made already, so no need to talk.
Oh my word.
Huh? I thought you wanted to get up early because you had a bit of studying to do.
Yeah.
Half these clothes aren't even washed. Do you think I should take them?
What, you thought I was going to wash them for you?
No.
So you're seriously going to leave then, yeah? You're ready to go. Look, even him is ill.
Look, it's not for good, you know, it's only for a while. I booked a return ticket anyway, so you didn't even want to know what kind of ticket I'd bought anyway, so now I'm telling you it's a return ticket, so in about 3 months. I keep moaning and whinging. You said it yesterday. Well, I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Okay, and I'm not taking you to the airport if that's okay, so I hope you've organised...
Why didn't you tell me that before?
No, I'm not going to, I've just decided.
Why are you being such a nasty little bitch?
Why
didn't
should
you
I
tell me that
take
before?
you
I could
for-
arrange something else.
Yeah, well, you're the one that wanted to go.
Well, a cab's going to be over $100.
That's alright.
Huh?
That's what you have to pay. Will be only the 3 of us there. Will be only the 3 of us. I mean, he looks a bit sad.
Have a vitamin and shut up. This is only for a little while anyway. Are you serious? You're not going to take me?
I don't want
Huh?
to.
You're not going to take me? You think that's funny?
You think it's funny you leaving?
Well, then I'm going to have to leave in about half an hour.
Yeah, that
Because
was
I'm
well,
gonna have to
then
get the
leave.
train. I'm going to have to get the train. Hold on.
No, but Tommy sent me a text message saying, I'm ready to have babies with you.
Oh, that's nice. When?
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
It was last week. This is terrible.
I'm
telling you.
putting it in it.
I said to him, you need to be more romantic. But you're not very romantic.
It would be lovely to have babies.
Do you want to have babies?
Yeah, we
Can
do.
you adopt? Is that an option?
In Queensland, no. In New South Wales, yeah.
We had a bit of arguments in the beginning, and we would even now, because my way of bringing the dogs even up is different to Dan's.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking nightmare.
So
bringing
with
Johnny
kids, it's but then the dogs constantly follow me around because I hardly ever tell them off.
Yeah, you don't tell them off at
But
all.
I don't feel that I need the telling off when Dan feels it is necessary.
This is exactly the relationship I expect between my child.
My
concept of that, or my own concept of a higher power, is just that there is, in my opinion, a creator of the universe, of this planet, of us, and it's kind of, in my vision, it's kind of like a spiritual entity, a spiritual energy that created everything, and you know, my concept isn't of some bearded geezer that looks like Gandalf off of fucking Lord of the Rings. It's just natural, and I believe that it's God, or this higher power, this higher energy, whatever you want to call it, is in everything and in all of us. And in order to build a relationship with this power that I choose to call God, I have to pray in order to try to be at peace with myself, because that was fundamentally my problem all my life, was that I just didn't feel at peace with myself. So I had to surrender to my innermost self. It talks about in the literature that I read, and I was asked to pray sincerely, and I did pray sincerely, because I was beaten by addiction, and I wanted to stop, and I wanted to better myself and change my life and have a different experience of life. You know, I just felt pretty much dead inside, you know. So I did. I got on my knees and I asked for help from this power that I couldn't see, hear, touch, smell or taste. I didn't know what I was praying to, but I prayed because I was in trouble.
No. And this is another one of our haunts, but it's more my nan's haunts, the Shakespeare's Head. Enjoying a lovely pint in the lovely sun with my nan. Cheers. Lovely to see you.
Cheers. Lovely to see you.
Yeah.
This was the park where we were.
Yeah, this was the last park they
were in.
Before we took them to quarantine on the plane. Are you ready to go home?
I do enjoy it. This week is better than last week.
I am kind of ready to go back. It's been lovely seeing people, and I will miss people again when I go back, so you never know. I'm not saying never. I don't think I would want to come back at the moment, but you just never know. I think if we plan life day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, and not always premeditate what we're going to do in the future.
Stop frowning.
Stop filming the hot bodies. Because you might. Hello all. Now, the most uncanny, weirdest thing on earth is this lady here hiding, Hinchcliffe. She was born where we live in Australia, Ashmore, Queensland, and she now lives where I was born and love Exmouth Market,
So who's
London.
smiling? Who's smiling?
And I'm getting a little bit melancholy because I miss home, but I love the space in Queensland, so I can't slag Australia off. Queensland, I should say. I do love it, but my people are here. Now, Heidi,
Yes.
tell me, would you ever go back to Queensland?
Never in a million years.
Why? Tell me why.
Because the people.
The people. I was trying to be diplomatic, but I'm not. No. Because,
It's very small-minded,
yeah.
but the lifestyle is beautiful.
Yes, that's the thing.
The
Lifestyle's
outdoors, going to the beach,
Yeah.
looking out to the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, getting dumped in those waves.
beautiful, isn't it?
But unfortunately, you have to turn around.
And that's a good way to describe
And
it.
then
Yeah.
you have to look
Yeah.
at the crap. But you're Australian now, aren't you?
Are you, big man? Looking at the world going past, are you? Good man. Oh well, I guess you should go over to security and get that over and done with, and then you can relax.
I've popped a pill anyway.
Oh well, good for you.
No, do you know what? I miss my family and my friends, but I'm going to miss you and the dogs a lot more. I'm stopping this now. This stops.